In this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare a whole beef fillet, and we'll reverse sear some steaks as well. All right, so we're working with a beautiful Angus Pure whole beef fillet. So you want to get yourself a nice sharp knife, and we'll just take this out of the packaging. And the first thing I like to do is just remove this silver skin. So I might turn it around to make my job a little bit easier. So I'm just going to work our knife under that silver skin. I'm going to face the blade slightly upwards so we're not cutting down into the meat. Then we just want to work our knife both ways to take that silver skin off. Now, beef fillet or beef tenderloin is a super tender muscle. It doesn't do a lot of work. And if you've ever had a T-bone steak, the smaller, more tender muscle on one side of the bone is the beef fillet, and the bigger muscle on the other side of the bone is the porterhouse or sirloin. So if you haven't had a beef fillet on its own, you may have had one if you've had a T-bone steak. And now we've taken that silver skin off. I don't mind leaving a little bit of white surface fat on, but if there's any other silver skin or excess fat, then I'll trim it off. All right, now we can slice this into steaks or roasts. So what I'm going to do first is just face up this thicker end, and then I'll slice a few nice thick steaks. And now we've sliced off a few steaks, you'll see that this section here is much more uniform and even. So if you're going to roast a piece or use it to make beef Wellington, this is the piece you want to be using. Now, typically fillet is a very lean cut, but as you can see on this beautiful Angus Pure beef, there's plenty of marbling in there. And now we've sliced off a piece for roasting. We'll slice a few more steaks, and with any of the thin ends, you can just dice them up or slice them into stir-fry strips, or you could make some beef tartare or carpaccio. But whatever you do, make sure you don't let any of that off trim go to waste. You can even use some of that silver skin if you're making a beef stock. Now, buying a beef fillet whole like this should save you a lot of money. It should be a lot cheaper per kilo, and if it's not, you need to have a word with your butcher. But as you can see, we're now left with 6 steaks, a nice roasting piece, some stir-fry strips, and there's really not much off trim, but I'll just use that in a beef stock. So all I'm going to do in a moment is vac seal this all up, and I'll reverse sear one of these steaks another day, but it's still going to be in this same video coming up next. And for anyone interested, I absolutely love this thing. It's a cordless vacuum sealer from Inkbird. It makes life so much easier not having to worry about extension cords and stuff. Just charge it up and it actually lasts a very long time. I'll put a link down in the description for this one, and as you can see, we're all vac sealed up now, so I'll freeze what I'm not going to use in the next few days, and coming up, I'll reverse sear one of these beef fillets. All right, now we're back to reverse sear this fillet. So what you want to do is get a 1/4 chimney worth of charcoal or briquettes going. And now here we have our beautiful fillet. So much nice marbling in there. All we're going to do with this one is just get it seasoned up generously in salt, and now that's ready to get smoked once our barbecue's ready. And now our charcoal logs have caught light and are burning nicely. We're going to dump them in at the front of our barbecue, then we'll shut our lid, open up our vents, and bring our barbecue up to around 250 Fahrenheit or 120 Celsius. All right, now we're pretty much up to temperature. We're going to open our lid, put a nice little chunk of cherry wood straight on where the fire's burning. Then we'll get our cooking grate on, followed by our beautiful little fillet steak. And now we'll shut our lid and let that smoke away. And now we're just going to take our fillet until it reaches an internal temperature of 46 to 48 degrees Celsius, which I reckon will take around 45 minutes to get there. All right, now after almost an hour, I reckon we are just about at temperature, if not at temperature. We are at 45.9. That is close enough. So what we're going to do is bring it out and let it rest. Now we're going to let that rest for a good 15 to 20 minutes. Then we'll finish it off with a nice hot sear in a pan with some beef tallow. All right, now in a nice hot pan, we're going to get some beef tallow, and we want to get quite a bit of it in there. Like I said earlier, fillet is quite a lean cut. So the more fat we can reintroduce into the cooking process, the better. And then we're going to get our steak in, and we'll weigh it down with a steak weight. Now the steak weight is going to allow us to get a nice crust across the whole steak, as it's going to press the steak down, making sure that whole surface area is in contact with the pan. So we're going to give our steak around a minute to 90 seconds per side, and we'll make sure we sear the outside off as well. And as you can see, we've got a beautiful crust on our steak. And now we've got a beautiful crust on both sides. We'll make sure to sear the outside. And once it's seared off, we can get it out and slice it straight up because it's already had a rest. Super tender and juicy. Well, there you have it. There's how to prepare a whole fillet and how to reverse sear an fillet steak. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next videos. But for now, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of this steak. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.